The few who live along the shores of Mono Lake are accustomed to the peculiarities of this high desert basin. Famously strange limestone spires, known as tufa towers, rise from the water. The lake contains so much salt that it's barren of fish. In the arid sands beyond, sagebrush thrives, and that's about it. But the alkali flats that are emerging from the lake's surface, ghost white, aren't just another nod to the uniqueness of this ancient place. They're a sign of trouble. Amid a third year of drought, the sprawling lake on the remote east side of the Sierra Nevada is sharply receding, and the small towns and wildlife so closely tied to the water are feeling the pinch. Already, parts of the lake popular with kayakers, beachgoers and tribal members have dried up. Fierce dust storms blow off the exposed lake bottom and cloud the skies with some of the nation's worst air pollution. A land bridge is forming to islands with tens of thousands of nesting gulls, threatening to bring coyotes within easy reach of baby birds.It affects everybody. That lake we all live around it, said Marianne Denny, a 40-year resident of the basin, who says the white stuff, indicative of the lake's decline, is among the most she's ever seen. Hopefully we'll live to see more water. The drought bearing down on Mono Lake and the rest of California picks up on a 2-decade run of extreme warming and drying. It's a product of the changing climate that has begun to profoundly reshape the landscape of the West and how people live within it. From less alpine snow and emptying reservoirs to parched forests and increased wildfire, the change is posing new and often difficult challenges. At Mono Lake, an emblem of the state's wild and distinct beauty, the reckoning has been a long time coming. For 8 decades, the city of Los Angeles has piped water from 4 creeks that feed the lake to its facilities 350 miles to the south, sometimes diverting almost all of the inflow. It's a familiar California tale of old water rights yielding inordinate benefit. The concerns at the lake, though, were supposed to have been resolved. In 1994, after a lengthy environmental campaign that spurred Save Mono Lake bumper stickers on vehicles up and down California, state water regulators put caps on LA's exports. Slowly, lake levels rose. But they did not rise as much as they were supposed to. Drought, on top of a climate that's changed faster than expected, has slowed progress. On April 1st, the typical start of the lake's runoff season, the water level measured 6,379.9 feet above sea level, about 12 feet short of the state target. Before Los Angeles began drawing water from the creeks here, the lake was nearly 40 feet higher. A lot of Californians who know about Mono Lake think, thank goodness, we got it on the success list, said Geoff McQuilkin, executive director of the nonprofit Mono Lake Committee, which advocates for the basin. The thing is, we've given it 20 years, now 28 years, and we're still seeing the problems they thought would be gone by now. McQuilkin and his staff run an information center and bookstore out of an old dance hall in Leve Eining, the only community on the lake with a gas station and grocery store. It's about a 5-hour drive from San Francisco. Tourists on scenic Highway 395 can stop at the center and learn about the area. If they spend some time, they'll learn that many residents here want the state to revisit its recovery plan for the lake and force Los Angeles to surrender more water.On. A recent morning, McQuilkin walked along the quiet north shore of the 70-square-mile lake. Above, the Sierra crest loomed, and below stood the white expanse of the unveiled lake bottom. It's colored white from salt that rises to the surface with groundwater. Like its sister, the Great Salt Lake in Utah, Mono Lake is brimming with salt, about 2.5 times more so than the ocean, because it has no outlet for drainage. Thousands of years of evaporation have concentrated minerals in the lake and the groundwater beneath it. The lake is believed to be at least 760,000 years old, and maybe a few million, making it one of the oldest in North America. There's just all these interesting things here, McQuilkin said. Californians do not want to let this go. The tufa spires that lift from the shallow water are also a result of the lake's unusual water chemistry. They formed over centuries as carbonates in the lake mix with calcium from